YouTube live straight on YouTube, not using an app like StreamYard. So, hang on, it might take me just a second to figure out what I'm doing here. Okay, just got to get my iPad balanced. All right, well, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Gail Wood, and I am an author, an online entrepreneur, and course creator, and I'm a coach as well. So I have been working online for 10 years now. 2013, I published my first blog post. I knew nothing about online business. I didn't think I was a very good writer. I had to get over that and publish that blog post. And I didn't really have a plan. I thought, maybe I'll teach some classes for the massage and spa industry, which I ended up doing and creating over 60 courses and programs for that industry, summits, huge collaborations like bundle sales with other industry experts. And since that time, I've just started expanding out and writing about different areas and topics and just teaching and sharing everything that I've learned along the way. And so yesterday I just got such a great reminder of something I've done for many, many years so consistently that I barely even give it a thought now. And it is probably the main thing that brings, people into my business as paying customers. And that is showing up every day and consistently sending emails to my email list. And I am a daily emailer. At some point along the way, I got on the list of somebody who was a daily emailer. I heard their reasoning behind it, and I thought that just makes sense to me. If people are on my email list, they want to hear from me. If I send emails that have valuable takeaways in them, and I'm not just sales pitching nonstop, which I always balance giving value and selling in my emails. I feel like I balance it well. People who don't, I guess, unsubscribe. So that's that is part of being an online entrepreneur and a marketer. So as an author and a coach, I also get to be an entrepreneur and a marketer, right? So I show up in an email really consistently, and yesterday was just such an amazing example of that because I was not feeling like doing any business stuff yesterday. It was the day that school started, back after Christmas break, and I just felt exhausted. I also felt a lot of pressure to jump into my new year and organize my office and make all my lists and plan. And I was not feeling it at all. So finally I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give myself permission to chill out. And I looked around and I was like, what do I really, feel like I need to do today? And I thought if my house was just cleaned up, I could probably focus on some other stuff. It really bothers me when my house is a mess. So I just, kind of gave myself permission to not do all the things I planned to do. And about 5 p.m., I realized I hadn't emailed my list yet. I was like, well, I'm at least going to email my list. I am committed to emailing my list, and that's just who I am, and it's part of my identity. And I was like, well, so that's the main thing to me. That's important. I don't feel right if I don't do it. I also know that I've missed an opportunity if I don't do it. So I was like, I'm so uninspired. Many days when I email my list, I feel like that email might not be very good. And that is just a human nature, I think. And often when I think an email wasn't very good is when I get people replying to it, say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for saying that. I really needed to hear that today. I really appreciate you, being so honest or being so, transparent about what it's really like to run an online business or to do whatever it is that I'm talking about. So I was like, well, I'm going to email my list anyway. I sat there. I was like, I guess I'll just talk about what I'm going through today, what I'm feeling today. And so the email was just kind of like, you know what? been feeling kind of blah and like not working on stuff. And I know that the more I fight that feeling, the worse it gets. And the more I give into it, the faster it, passes and moves along. And I guess this is just proof of that right now at this very moment, because today I'm on YouTube doing a live stream, and yesterday I could not even I couldn't even do any of the things. So so I just emailed a little bit about that. I put a link to a relevant blog post that I'd written, another time when I was feeling motivated about some of the things that I do to get my motivation back. I put a call to action. I had some links already in my template where people could go check out a few things I had on special for the new year. And I sent that off to my list. And then I sent a couple other quick emails that I needed to do to certain people in different groups that I have. So I did that. The whole thing took about, I'd say, 30 to 40 minutes. And I woke up this morning with 4 sales on my app. I use Kajabi, so my sales pop up on my phone like this. Those are people that have just joined my email list since I've been talking to you. So I can see, what happened in the night. And then this morning, I haven't emailed my list yet today. I'll probably email them this video about sending emails. So this morning I had 2 more sales come through, and that's 6 sales from an email that I thought wasn't even that great. But I also know that sharing what I'm going through is often really helpful. And then other times I'm sharing like, super, inspirational stuff, more like advice or business strategy or how I, organize something, all kinds of different stuff I share with my email list. But sometimes it's just, just what I happen to be doing or feeling in the moment. And so I know that the consistency that I show up and do that with is what is the key to my success online and having, multiple years of a 6-figure business at this point. And it really is just because when my people on my list are ready to buy, I'm there. I'm right there saying, hey, I'm here, still here. And people might buy after being on my list for 3 days. They might buy after being on my list for 3 years, but I show up consistently. And I think that what that does is I think it builds trust, and they can see, my journey and my story. And then when they get ready to invest, they, that has been built up there. So, it's not a fancy strategy. It's not the latest, greatest thing. It's not anything new or exciting. It's just simply being consistent. And your thing that you need to be really, 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 really consistent with might not be email. It might be something else. It might be getting up every day and writing for 30 minutes if you want to publish a book, whether you feel like it or not. It might be, getting out of your comfort zone in some other way. And I promise you, the more you get out of your comfort zone, the more you do things whether you feel like it or not, the easier it becomes. If you want to see my very, very first YouTube video ever, go way back on this channel. I think it was from 2015 or 2014. It's absolutely horrendous, but you'll also see that I haven't changed that much. Like and I know where to put my iPad now. It's not like some weird angle, and I'm more confident to speak on camera, but I haven't changed anything I really do that much. Here I am sitting at my desk talking to you in my very first YouTube video ever. I was sitting at my dining room table talking to you about marketing your business with rack cards. So, it's showing up, being consistent, and figuring out what that main thing is that will move the needle for you. And 30 minutes out of my evening, not a big deal at all. Because of the foundation I've built, and the list I've built and the product suite that I have, I can do that 30 minutes. Poof, 6 sales. That is a result of me showing up consistently for the past 10 years as well, and doing the other things in my business. But the daily emails is probably, the one thing that keeps my income consistent. And it's the one thing that if I can only do one thing in a day, that is what I will put my focus and my energy into. So let me know what your one thing is in the comments. And I hope that this video gives you a little bit of inspiration to up your level of consistency. Oh, and if you want to jump on my email list, go to my website. It is elevatewithgael, GAEL.com. You can grab my free ebook on decluttering your schedule and finding more time to do the things that you want to do. Maybe build your side hustle, maybe spend more time, working out and focusing on you, whatever it is that you want to do. This book will help you find the time to do that. And through my welcome series, you'll learn a little bit about me and some of the products and programs that I offer. So I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and Happy New Year, and let's make 2023 awesome. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Now I gotta figure out how to turn this off.